Okay, hello everyone. Before we get started, I would like to ask who knows Lasvit? Please, hands up. Okay, of course I will do a short introduction, but the main goal of this presentation is to focus on the business specifics we have with Lasvit, China and Hong Kong. My name is Ludek Remser and I'm General Manager of Business Development and Marketing. And let's get started with who we are. So Lasvit is a Czech company, but the funny thing is that we were actually set up the business in Hong Kong. There is a holding. The seat of the holding is in Hong Kong. The owner is Czech. His name is Leon Jakimic. You probably know him from several articles. And Leon decided to set up a company which will focus on the designing and manufacturing of bespoke light installation and lighting sculptures made of Czech or Bohemian Glass. We have, right now, we were set up in 2007, but right now we already have 10 offices around the world. It's Los Angeles, New York, London, Paris, Milano, Prague, Singapore, Dubai, Hong Kong, and Shanghai. And our main focus is not only just the deliver or produce glass, but we do everything under the roof. Which means research and development. For example, a couple of months ago, we introduced the kinetic sculptures, glass sculptures in Milan. So behind this effort was almost 1 year of research and development. We do the design. We have quite skilled engineers, not only in Czech but also in our factory in Shanghai. We do the manufacturing. All glass is always made in the Czech Republic, but the metal parts are also produced in our three fabrics. We have one in Mladá Boleslav, one in Poland, and one in Shanghai. I will be talking about the Shanghai a little bit later. And we of course do the installation. We have teams of very skilled technicians who are traveling around the world and do the installations. We do approximately around 100 projects a year. Our revenue right now is more than $40 million, and we have approximately 350 employees around the world. So we have three divisions. We call it three centers of innovations. One is bespoke installation. It's approximately 70% of our business. Then we have products which are very standardized. We call them collections. You can actually buy them not only in our showrooms we have, but also via specialized retailers and galleries around the world. Then the third division, which is very new, but it's growing very fast, it's glass for architecture, and we are producing not only glass for interiors, but also for external parts of the buildings. So let's have a quick overview of the projects. I picked one project from each continent. The others project can be seen on our website. And right now we have really hundreds of projects. So this is actually Dubai Metro. The Dubai is very strong office. We started the development there in 2008, and this was actually one of the first projects, but probably the most important for us and the most important for our company. We were asked at the time that we should do just the production of the glass, because the interior designer and architects already had the design. But our chief designer, Ritka Kamencová-Skuhrava, at the time, she actually she said that the design is not good enough, and that we are able to create something better, something more special. But there was an issue because that original design was already approved by the Sultan. And to say that this is not good enough, it was the same to say that the Sultan doesn't have a taste. But we tried it. We presented the new designs, and he liked it, approved it, and we actually not only manufacture it, but we also design it, install it, and it was actually and this project opened the door on the Middle East. This is actually the metro. It's unbelievable, but it's also but it's one station of the metro. It's called water, and we have one more which called fire. This is one of the biggest projects we did. It's Etihad Towers in Abu Dhabi. It's in the hotel, and it's 16 meters in diameter. It has more than 12 tons. It has approximately 250,000 handcrafted crystal parts, and more than and almost 13,000 hand-blown balls. So sometimes my mom asking me, so how are the chandeliers? And I'm answering, these are actually not quite chandeliers. These are more the lighting sculpture or art dust pieces. You can see it here. You cannot call it as a chandeliers. But we also do some classical chandeliers, and we have a specific questions and needs for these two. Coffee Mania Moscow, one of the recent project. This one actually is, as I said, this is more classical chandelier than the lighting sculpture. But this one was the last project of David Collins before he died, unfortunately, and he was a very famous interior designer, and he has projects basically around the world. From Australia, this is Crown Entertainment Complex in Melbourne. You can see this huge wave from made of crystal. We call it twill. This is probably our no, not probably. This is our most successful product. Even Swarovski asked us to buy the product from us, but we didn't sell. This is really we have dozens of projects from this twill. Langham, Chicago. This is again something very special. As you can see, every single piece is different. These are more balls and are covering the ceiling instead of the other one, which are more like lightning sculptures. We did, for example, the last project. We did a Peninsula Paris, which is the most luxurious hotel in Paris right now. They will be opening in August, and we did a sculpture, which is art glass sculpture in the main lobby. Princess Cruises. We did already two cruise ships, very luxurious ships, and as you can see, we did the inside parts. These projects are very specific because it's not easy because the ship is moving, obviously. So it was for engineer and our construction guys very tough. Turkey is growing very fast. They are building a lot of hotels, especially in Istanbul. And we also have the recent project from Prague. You probably know Florentinum. This is new complex of offices, and you can see three sculptures there. This is one of them, but the biggest one is in the main lobby. So you can anytime you can walk and you can see the sculpture. Okay, let's go to projects in China and Hong Kong. As I said, we have two offices, one in China and one in Hong Kong. And the Hong Kong office is covering the South China, and China the rest. So Four Seasons Hotel Beijing. we did the multifunction room and the presidential apartment. Again, you can see that the shapes are very different. Our designers are trying on each continent to actually follow the specifics for the given country and the region. Of course, the Chinese clients are way different, and you cannot actually. So one example, we have one product called Why Not from René Robíček. René Robíček is an artist, glass artist who is 93 years old, and he created the chandelier, which is very like edgy shape, and this is people in China are not interested in that one, but in the US they love it. So there are many differences we have to follow. Beijing Carry Office Tower. This one is in the business district in Beijing. We did the huge lobby. The designer is Katerina Fulínová-Kudějová. We did a lot of stores, like luxury stores around the world. It's a Boodles, Tiffany, and of course every American woman and also Chinese women would like to get a blue box, which is a Tiffany. And the hardest part of this project was to find the right color. This is not blue, this is Tiffany blue, and it took us a couple of days, maybe weeks, to find out the right color for the glass. But we did it, and we did, I think, 12 already Tiffany stores. Not only in China. ShangriLa from Shanghai. This project is very actually interesting. We finalized it last year. And why we actually do these things? Because hotels and office spaces are installing something beautiful, something interesting not only in the lobby, because they are improving the space. And the offices can with our sculptures, they can rent it for higher rates. The hotels, mostly 5-star hotels, love these parts because their customers are returning. For example, in this hotel, the director of the hotel ordered this one into the ballroom, and the ballroom is 100% full every single day during the year. And he said he has like 20 or 30 years of experience doing this business, and he said that he has never seen something like this before, because usually it's like a 50-60% of occupancy, and with this one is 100%. And the feedback is excellent. RitzCarlton. One of the earlier projects in Hong Kong. By the way, the first project Last Fit ever did was in Hong Kong. It was a Mira hotel, and from that time, actually, we grew quite fast. In the last 7 years, we improved many spaces around the world. We are calling that our mission is to transform glass into the breathtaking light and design experiences, and this is what we are trying to do. This is my favorite one. I put it there. It's from Hong Kong, and this is actually a restaurant in the Peninsula Hotel. Okay, let's talk about the specifics of the business in China. So we are covering several segments. We see opportunities with the luxury cruises and yachts. Then the luxury retail. I mentioned Tiffany. Then of course top-notch restaurants. This market is growing very fast, especially in the larger cities. Then of course private residences. And the big segment, and the biggest segment for us is, of course, the hospitality with 5-star hotels. We have, as I said, we have one office in Shanghai. There are 5 people. Actually, one is in Beijing. but he will be moving also to Shanghai. We have revenue of $7 million US, and this is without the South China. And first project was in 2008. It was a China World Trade Center phase 3. Sales office in Hong Kong has 12 people, and these people are not only from Czech, but also from they are local people. This is actually mixed 50%. But we are working with local schools because it's quite hard to find somebody who is fluent in Chinese, because it's necessary for doing business in China. And but we are working especially with the economic universities in Prague, and we are sending very young talents to the office. They are learning that they are starting as a junior project managers. They are trying to do some sales, and then after a couple of years they can become the senior people. Even some of the managing directors of the local branches are quite young. They are around 30 years old. So the revenue of the Hong Kong office is 10 million. It's including South China, Philippines, Taiwan, and Macau. Philippines, actually, this is also a very interesting market. It's growing quite fast, and there is a lot of Chinese investors. They are working in Philippines and spending their money there. So production plan was set up in 2010. I have to repeat that the glass is always made in the Czech Republic. It's handmade, handcrafted, but the metal parts and the electric parts, like for example custom-made LEDs, we do in these plants. We have there 50 people. 40 of them are local employees, but they are not like just the workers. But we invested, and we found engineers. They are working as a part of the R&D. So it's not like that you are moving only to China because you need just workers. It's not true any longer. There are a lot of young people. They are traveling basically and studying around the world, and you can find them in China already. It's slow. It's difficult, but it's possible. Okay, so the business specific from the last fit perspective, the market is still growing, especially in our segment. It still makes sense to go there and do business. The hospitality segment is very strong. I read somewhere that they are opening new 3 hotels a week in China. There is a high demand for the luxury products, especially in the large cities. I was a couple of months ago. I was in Shanghai, and I was on the main street. I was shocked. There was like so Tiffany, Rolex, IWC, and a lot of these stores, and even they created own luxury brands like ShangriLa, for example. They have stores in Shanghai, Beijing, and they opened recently in Paris. So we think that the knowledge of a Chinese language is a must, especially you need somebody who will be so during the business meetings. Most of the entrepreneurs in the large cities, they understand and they know English. But if you are outside the large cities, this is a huge problem. Okay, so, of course, there are specific business custom and the needs. The taste is different than in Europe. So if you are something producing and you have a product which is successful in Europe, you cannot expect that it will be also successful in China. You have to really test it on the market. Of course, common issues with intellectual property. So we had first three presentations. From the last fit perspective, is quite an issue because we have already a lot of copies. If you go to Alibaba, for example, and you put there the name of our chandeliers, so you will see dozens probably of products, but they are not made from lastvit. The thing is that the price is of course lower, but the quality, we checked it several times, but the quality is not good. We also, during the business meetings, sometimes we saw that a contractor has our catalog, and they were showing the catalog to the client with there was deleted the logo, and there was the logo of the manufacturer, and they were just selling it and pretending that this is that these are their projects. What is good is that Bohemian Glass is a broadly known brand in China. We actually sometimes we are actually during the business meetings we are selling Bohemian Glass or Bohemian Crystal. Okay, we are if you say you are from the Czech Republic, some people they don't even know, but if you say Bohemia, they almost 100% know. Okay, so from the practical point of view, if you have a project, the key is always to have a direct contact with the decision maker. A lot of people in China are pretending that they are decision makers, but they are not. And this is sometimes there are problems because you are working on a project, you are discussing something with somebody, and after a month you find out that this is actually that was useless, and you lost a month. Project teams, basically, I don't know if it's different in other businesses, but in our business is definitely so. The project teams have zero ownership. They don't care about the result, and they are all. If we ask interior designers to introduce us to the design manager, so design manager is a very specific person who has a zero ownership. Zero competence, zero decision-making power, and but is bound somewhere in the hierarchy. So first thing you have to see is you have to know the hierarchy of the project. You must know who is the decision maker, who is the owner, and then discuss the real things. Design and samples must, in our office, must stay with us all the time, because if you send something out, it's not about only copying something, but for Chinese clients, it's necessary that they see the glass samples, they see references. We do always mock-ups for our chandeliers, because they need to touch it. They need to really see the glass, the quality of glass. This is different. If somebody blows the glass in China, that glass is way different. The quality is much lower than the Bohemian Glass. So let me sum it up. So if we do the design, this is probably our strongest part. We have to always think before we do something. Again, we have to follow the specific of the market. The taste of the Chinese customers is very specific, as I said. Always we are presenting design and samples in person. We are not sending something via email or courier. The key is to do the presentation, show the samples. If we are requested to send something via email, we are trying not to send details, but rather is better to do it in person or via lawyers. Contact. Okay, so I was talking already about the decision maker, and always insist on prepayments. We did some mistakes in the past. Some projects wasn't paid in full. Unfortunately, it cost us a lot of money. But now we are quite successful with the prepayments, and we have 50% before we actually starting the production. additional 40 or 45% before the shipping, and the last 5% after the installation. So when we introduced this to our salespeople, they said this is impossible, never. So nobody will accept this. But we tried, and they did. So now the payment and the cash flow started to be much smoother. Okay, thank you very much, and see you sometimes in our showroom in Holešovice, where we have the flagship showroom. Thank you.
All right, I would like to thank Mr. Kremser, and if you have any questions, please direct them to him. We have a couple minutes.
Yes. Where is it made, the actual glass here in Czech Republic?
It's in Nový Bor.
Nový Bor.
Nový Bor.
Do you use any local partners, please? Distributors, or do you do direct sales by your sales staff, please?
No, so for us, is the key for the bespoke installation is that we do it through our own channel, means our salespeople, our own engineers, our designers. But for the production of the, not the production, for the products called collections, this is the smaller pieces you can buy in the galleries. We are now trying to establish the retail channel in China, so we will be selling the smaller pieces through this channel.
How did you set up the production plant in Shanghai?
This was actually I think it was 2008, and it was I think we bought a smaller like already established company, and we make it bigger.
So you have the production the factory in Shanghai. So how about the cargo? So all the products produced here or in Shanghai?
So we have actually two ex-works prices basically. If glass is produced in Czech, we are shipping the glass into the Shanghai plant, and then they will do the everything around this, and then we are selling. The ex-works is from Shanghai.
You told that Chinese is a must. All your staff is speaking Chinese, please?
Yes, everybody in the office, like from the salespeople, they speak Chinese. We found because it was quite a challenge to find young people that speak Chinese, but there is a philosophic faculty in Prague. But the problem is with these people, sometimes they are more like a philosophic, not salespeople. So, but we were quite successful, and we have very good people there.
Do you have also some local sales staff?
Actually, I have one colleague here, but the funny thing, he speaks Czech basically. But the engineers, and we have in Hong Kong we have some local people as well now.
Okay, as I see there are no other questions, thank you very much.